here on my island. Started building this last winter. There's fish on the shore here. There's the rice and the dappled willow. Those might be willows. I don't know what those are. There's a little more rice out there and some regular grass. Some of that swamp grass that's been put on clay that's on a pallet. And then these pallets are on top of, these dry pallets are on top of the wet pallets. But I can put pots with soil onto the pallet and it's just always watered. There's still some air for the roots. The fish will help put nitrogen in the water for the plants. That's a ragweed. Chickens will eat it. Really, the only reason I brought the ragweed down here was because it was like a handle. Its roots in the dirt. I could just carry the pot of dirt a lot easier by the ragweed. And I'll just cut that ragweed down at soil level, use it to mulch the pot and let it build up compost, and I'll plant something more productive. Duke's barking at something, I don't know. I don't know what he's barking at. I got 10 of these. I got a few more to carry out here. I've already harvested the corn. I keep coming back and harvesting peas from time to time. There's one that's ready in the background. That black willow branch rooted, and so there's that black willow on the island and the Japanese dappled maple. So I have 2 trees on the island that should help put roots in it and start to really kind of hold it here. I've got a bucket of sand to go get. In this place here, between these pallets, I'm going to keep dropping sand and then kind of pile around and lock in here and up under there, and I'm going to build up the island here. I like watching the fish swim above and below the pallet. They like it. They can have shallow water and they can feel safe up under it. And come get sunlight. Before I put sand here though, I plan to put like a bunch of ragweed, really, a bunch of weeds out of my garden, and just stack them, and they'll soak up water, and just the mass of them will weigh it down and keep it from floating away. And then it'll be like a sponge, and then I'll put a layer of sand on top of it and start growing things that will also make compost. And the compost in the water that's anaerobic, that's not getting a lot of air, it's going to take it longer to rot down. It eventually will, but it'll hold some mass. It'll be a lightweight way to build up a lot of mass on this island in this area. And then over time, plants and their leaf litter and everything will build up on the island, the soil. I'll probably have to add some rocks and sand to it for drainage so it isn't just so boggy of a soil. But the island sure has grown. I haven't completely filled in like where I've put the borders on it to be, but that shelf there, it comes all the way across there. It used to only be like a little bitty, basically I built like a mountain of clay from this area when the pond dried up, and I piled it all here. And I had just enough area to stand. Like if you put 2 bricks beside each other, there was like that much area out of the water at one point, and I just kept adding to it. And then I stacked a whole bunch of branches from the island this way, all across to there. And then I added some pallets here at the end of the branches and started putting clay and plants on top of them pallets. And then kind of tied with grass rope pallets together in this area. And I left a waterway in the middle of the island, so the island will have a pond. And it's easy to get the little boat over there and splash water on the rice. Something is... I think something... There might have been when everything flooded, a bigger fish might have got in here. It looked like something was in here big enough to eat a mosquito fish. That's a bullfrog just snapped it up. I don't know what had just happened over there. I've been working what I do. My property has sort of these different zones. The way I guess like in my mind I have administration zones. Every zone has different resources and has different input needs from other areas, and has, like this area right here, one thing this area has a surplus of is water. So, you know, up on the hill and stuff, I used to tax this district heavy in water. But what this area needed was rocks, all kind of building material to build the island, to have a place to even move around or do anything. The place over there, what I'm calling the New Jung, it has a lot of grapes. And not just wild grapevines that are just making vines, but producing a lot of grapes. And it has a lot of non-poisonous vines besides grapevines. It has a lot of water. Something just snapped up. I think that when these two areas were touching, a bluegill or something got in here and is eating the mosquito fish. I ain't got it on camera, it happened behind my back, but our fish just ate a fish, I know it. They're running up into these pallets for safety. See, this island borders this hill ridge right here. Now, all the way across on the other side, it's kind of mirrored. There's another ridge. You can't see it here because it's just thick forest. But if you were to keep walking all the way past this forest and just keep on going, you'd run into another hill ridge that moves along this way. So the area I'm in is like in a valley. Well, on the other side of this hill ridge is a grassy land beside the road, beside Commerce Street. And a lot of sun and grass. There's some cherry trees, black cherry trees up there. So this area where I'm at, just over that, if you walk up over that hill, you've got a lot of sunlight for growing things that's close by, that's easy to water from this area here. And then this area here is pretty well shaded. There's like a ring of trees all around this place here. And this is an easy place to water a garden on this island. On the other side though, of the other hill ridge, there is a dirt road. There's nothing there really. On the other side, it's the end of my property line. On the other side of that ridge, it goes to a dirt road. But there's water from the property on the other side of the dirt road. Just like in these videos, I've talked about how there's a watershed here that drains out into here. There's another one from the property across the dirt road that drains under the dirt road through a culvert onto my property. And it kind of forks, and some of it spills off of my property back onto their property, but then flows back this way. And then some of it flows this way and ties in and goes that other way. Well, what I've started to do at the end of it is I've started to build check dams in it and dig its little creek bed out deeper and put like a little bitty pond up on that hillside so that I have water at a higher elevation. It's a lot easier to water from a higher elevation than a lower elevation to a higher elevation. Like you can pour water down a hill, but you don't want to really carry water up a hill. or even with running an electric pump, it's less work to pump water downhill than uphill. So instead of that water from that end coming down here and then running the long way this way, that whole hill ridge up there is a drier hill ridge. I might cut a path going this way and have it eventually, like if it runs over its bank, it'll roll down the hill into my other canal, but have another canal that runs water up higher on that hill ridge, along that hill ridge, and maybe gets it out to that pond up on the hill with the water liners or something like that. I want high elevation bodies of water that I can use in case of fire. Like if I, and also it's good to have water for plants and everything. When I get like my main farm chores done and I'm just kind of playing around, I get a lot of work done with my play. Like I figure out how to make ropes and baskets and pots and all kind of other stuff. But in my mind, I kind of keep the work fun. Oh, there's a snake. Look at that. Look at that. There's a snake in the water. Look at him. There's his head. Look at that. Snake in the water. Was you eating a fish? Okay, so this is the first time I've seen a snake visit the island. There's been the crane on the island. That black crane gonna get you now. See, look, this is where I am. Where's my shoe? There. Wait, where? Okay, I got it zoomed in. There I am. Basically, let me show you. That's where I am. And where'd he go? Oh, there he is. That's where he is. Wait, I'm at. You get the point. You get the point. If I zoom out, he's right there. He's just chilling, I guess. Murdering mosquito fish that are eating mosquitoes, doing something useful. I don't know what he's doing. Got like a little bit of a reddish to him. What kind of snake is that? Oh, he going down under the pallet. Is he coming to me? You'd be a dumb motherfucker to come to me. You're one of them aggressive types. He's in the process of me standing up. I got this boat oar. I don't think he won't try nothing. I don't know what he is. But he got closer, not further away when I backed up. I don't like that. I want to just take him out and say, fuck that snake. That's really what I want to do. Dance on his position and kill that motherfucker. But I didn't know this till I knew it. It's actually illegal for me to kill snakes, I think, in Georgia.